Nigerians moved nearly $40 million in P2P Bitcoin trading in 30 days. Despite the ban in early 2021, Nigerians are trading millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin in peer to peer markets every month. The Central Bank of Nigeria may have prohibited financial institutions from dealing with Bitcoin, but that hasn't stopped the Nigerian people. They seem to be blowing up and using Bitcoin to trade. Joshua Shigala, your thoughts on the sudden takeoff of Bitcoin in Nigeria?
Actually, it's not that sudden. Nigeria's been really loving crypto for a long time, and actually, a lot of countries on the continent were heavily into crypto. So, and obviously mostly Bitcoin. So I went to an online DeFi conference on the weekend, gave a talk there, and literally so many Nigerians interested. Really was. And the sad thing is that they had this very scammy culture for so long, that really hurt a lot of other countries also in Africa, because people would just generalize and say, oh no, it's from Africa, no, you get scammed. And that's just really unfortunate, because it's in a massive continent with a lot of people, and Nigeria is a massive country with a lot of people. It's just a few bad eggs that spoil that broth, and so it's really unfortunate that name Nigeria. As soon as you hear Nigeria, you get scam, and this is a really terrible brand for the Nigerian people, because there's some really amazing talent in Nigeria. There's some really strong-willed and forward-thinking people there. So, I hope that they can turn that brand around to be helpful and build great products that don't scam people. And you can proudly say "Made in Nigeria" without people going, "Ooh, oh, dodgy."
It's really interesting that a small group of people early on into the internet could embarrass their whole country by trying to take advantage of so many people, either an ethical failing or, more likely, a need for money that was so great that they would do anything to meet that need. It's just fascinating, like Josh said.
But it wasn't just do anything. It was really well organized and structured, and they even had songs in the top 10 song list as like, "The stupid Westerner, we take your money. It's not our fault you're stupid." I don't know what the song was. It's amazing. You can look it up. But you just think, God, wow, that's hardcore. Wow.
And we joke about things like robbing from the grandmas, but that's exactly what you do if you're that kind of scammers. You target the old and the technically inefficient and the weak and so forth. You really do. It's taking advantage of people in every way.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing, actually, it's a good lesson for people to know how scams work, because most scams work the same as the Nigerian prince scam. And what it is they get you, bamboozle you with a massive number, like billions of dollars or hundreds of millions. And you think, oh, wow. And then they ask you to just pay a small amount. It's like $5 or something, to release it. And you think, oh yeah, well, what harm? Hey, there's $1 billion that I could get if this is real. I'll put $5 in there, put $5, and they're like, well, sir, thank you. Yes, great news. We've gone to the next stage. The money has moved now to Bank B. We need this person to sign off. That's just going to cost you another 20, and then it's done. And so you go, oh, what's 20? I've already paid 5. What's another 20? And you put 20 in it, and it just keeps going to, what's another 100? I've put 50, and what's another 100? And then, like, what's another 1,000? What's another 10,000? Then, hey, I've already put in $50,000. I'll just mortgage the house because we're nearly there. Like the king's prince's uncle has signed off. And this is, and it's sad because people get this cognitive dissonance kicks in where they just don't want to believe that they're that stupid, that they've fallen for it. So they'll just keep falling rather than admit to themselves and have that sunk cost fallacy really hit them in the face. And And you know, this happens so often. So if you see something where it seems like there's a lot of money and they're only asking for a little bit, just don't do it. You know, ask yourself, is this too good to be true? If it is, probably is. Don't even give them $5.
Well, and they even have better scams now, Josh, to take advantage of the old. They'll show them a picture of the bank account and they'll say, okay, we're about to send you the money. And then they'll say, oops, we sent you too much money. We sent you $10,000 instead of $10, and I'm going to get fired unless you send me $9,000 and 990 back. And this old person, they feel so bad about this person on the phone. They don't want to get them fired. They send envelopes full of cash through the mail, which makes no sense, right? And they show them an edited version of their bank account. They take the web page, make it HTML. They make it look like you got $10,000 that you're not supposed to have. And again, always against the old, always against, you know, idiots or the poor or the stupid, all that kind of thing. Like
there's some great YouTube videos of scammers scamming scammers, or not, like scam catching, and it's just hilarious. If you type in like angriest scammer in the world or something, it's really funny because these people pretend to be old people, like, oh yes honey I can, and then it's really quite funny.
Probably one of the best things we can do is just keep them on the line, just waste more of their time. Just hold on a second and just make them wait.
Yeah, there's a guy, the one guy that does that on YouTube. He basically just keeps them online for like 12 hours just doing stuff, and it is quite funny. And then he edits the video down to watch it. But it's super hilarious. And the thing is, that guy has now built a bot that uses AI to determine and he pre-records all this stuff and basically answers, and hang on, which button again? And like the bot just repeats all these, and it's just there to stall the scammers so they don't, so they're not able to scam real people.
If we had enough honeypots, they'd all go in there, but there's too many scammers.
Yeah, Dan, but I just want to just quickly to end that off by saying, you know, Nigeria is an amazing country with a lot of talent. There's a few people that are really spoiling it for everyone else, and that's not, you know, we shouldn't just generalize.
It's never too late to change the name of the country. It could be Cyber Future Delia. Dan, Eve, your thoughts on Cyber Future Delia's new Bitcoins?
I think it's cool. Bitcoin's been booming there for a while, even after the last time it was meant to be banned, because now they're just like reinforcing the original ban, right? They kind of said we're banning it, and then they kind of, you know, they kicked off a bit, and now they're kind of revisiting that again, which is a shame because, you know, again, when I first got into Bitcoin, it was all about like Bitcoin is the international remittance like savior, you know, the fact that you could, you know, sending, especially to Nigeria, I think the two biggest places remittances from the UK at least to India and Nigeria, and the fees that they get charged are insane. And so this, you know, Bitcoin was gonna save that problem. So it's cool that you know, it is still banking the unbanked. Obviously, what would be interesting to know, I don't know if you can even find this out, but it's not just Bitcoin, but, you know, maybe they're even trading Litecoin. Whoa, Lightning, whoa. So Lightning, you know, what the impact of Lightning is over there, and are there any kind of, you know, are there Lightning exchanges? That would be kind of cool. I don't actually know myself, but it's good to see that it's making a change where there are a lot of unbanked people. Talking of idiots that get scammed, I'm one of those people that almost got scammed, but this is a really intricate way. So I had a flat, I had a room for rent, and they sent me a check for like $3 grand. And then about 2 weeks later, cleared and everything, perfectly cleared. And then about a week later, the guy phones up. It was meant to be a French lady, you see, called, I can't remember her name, but, you know, I was thinking the picture was like this dainty French lady who's like an exchange student is coming over from France, and I'm going to send my stuff. But it was this dude, and I'm not going to do the accent, but he was pretty angry. And he was like, oh, the person that I'm, you know, working on behalf of, the travel plans have changed. So can you send me back, you know, everything apart from 1 month's rent, so £2,700? And, you know, just before I was about to do it, my dad was like, nah, that sounds dodge. So I phoned my bank, and they were like, no, the check's cleared, it's fine. And my dad was like, nah, sounds dodge. And then I phoned the police, and they were like, no, the check's cleared, sounds fine. And my dad was like, Nah, and then I thought, oh, I remember the company. It was like I can't. I'm not going to say what it was, but it was an English teaching school, actually. And I phoned phoned the company, and then got put through the director, and they said, oh, you're like the second or third person we've heard from like this week. Apparently the guy had lost his checkbook, and it was eventually found actually in Scotland somewhere underneath a bench, and so. I obviously phoned the bank, and what they did was, this is totally illegal, by the way. They just took the money out of my account, straight out of the account, like nothing. And I shit you not, I will find it because it's here somewhere. They sent me back the check with a stamp on it that said fraudulent. I'm like, didn't you even check it for fingerprints? Isn't that evidence or something? They don't care, dumbass banks. But anyway, I was almost, but it's a clever scam, right? It's a clever scam. The money cleared, it was my money, and then they pulled it. Um, but yeah, be careful of general scams. It's obviously not just from Nigeria, and like anything, like the small number of people that use Bitcoin badly give it a bad name. The small number of people that use any technology badly, and it will get tarred with that brush. So I think I think in general it's great that the Nigerians are standing up to the legislation and continuing. It's a continuing thriving business, and yeah, respect. I hope Bitcoin grows over there and actually it becomes eventually accepted.